in response to the video that you just played, it's two distinctions I would like to make. The first with the mail order bride concept. Yeah, that was a thing before the internet, before Passport Bros, and that was I actually know someone who married a Chinese woman. He's a brother from another mother of a lighter persuasion. Um, he dealt with a certain level of shame as well, like in terms of the Matrix saying, why couldn't you just marry someone from your neighborhood or from the church or whatnot? That was his flavor. That was what he liked. Um, but now that we had an internet and now that we have, I would say both is going on. That guy in the video mentioned you got brothers that's showing receipts. It's not a shameful thing. You know, you saying, hey, I've been to this country. This vibe is right for me, and I met a young lady, and you know things are working out. That's a receipt that the dating coaches couldn't provide previously, or they really couldn't argue against. And now, as far as guys attacking Passport Bros or just trying to mislabel them a certain way and say this is a bad thing, it's nothing new from what the veterans have done, from what the other guys that did the mail order brides have done. I think another distinction is, you know, not all brothers are trying to bring women to the United States, and not all women are trying to come to the United States. I don't really appreciate how he tried to. I don't appreciate. I peeped that, like they keep mentioning women's rights when it comes to other countries, other nations, as if the machismo culture isn't a factor. These women aren't necessarily oppressed. In my opinion, y'all might have more experience, more to speak on, because I mean, I obviously don't live overseas, but from what I can see, that's a part of the culture that we've lost. So it's not really speaking to what's going on in the other nations. That's speaking to what we've lost. And I think that's why we connect with these countries, because melanin wise, like there's similarities. We got similar histories in a way. The food is familiar, the music is familiar. Like Man on the Move said, like the vibe is the same, just in Spanish.
Man, you just said a whole mouthful with as far as that goes. Like, I only met, since I've been over here in 4 years, 2 women asked me to come to the United States. Only 2. And one was real young. She was probably like 25. She and she wanted to go visit New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, of course. Shout out to New York.
Yeah, because probably where her family was from. But that being said, let's go to Misha. Then we're gonna go to my brother Ty and go around. Misha, you got the floor. How you been doing, sister?
I've been good. You know, just being a mom, chilling,
Shout out to you,
enjoying
Misha.
maternity leave.
Shout out to Misha.
Yep. That's what's up. So look, Misha, let me ask you a question. And you've experienced this as a woman in the United States and coming to these countries. Who you think benefits the most from travel? Now, look, your situation a little different because you're like a stand-up chick. You try to work with your guy. Met him. I got to deal with him the other day.
I do.
Well, what you did, like I'm saying, so I wish. No, look, I wish more women were like you. We got 174 in the building, man. Subscribe to everybody's channel, man. All y'all guys, man, drop y'all channel drop it in the chat, man, so people can subscribe to your channel. So, Misha, as a woman, why do you think, I gotta ask you this first, why do you think men get so much hate for traveling, first of all? And any of y'all can ask Misha any question you want. Anybody on panel, y'all, my brothers, is open. The panel right now is open. Anybody can ask anybody any question. We open.
Why do men get so much hate from traveling?
No, why do you think so many men hate on other men for traveling, or whatnot?
I wouldn't even know how to answer that question, honestly. I mean,
from a woman perspective, why do you think that we, or anybody, it could be other women, because women come at me all the time because I tell men to go. I tell men, like, let me just take me. Look, you can answer this then. I tell men, hey man, come to Dominican Republic. You can find a better situation. And women get mad with me. Why do you think? So you're from Puerto Rico originally, right?
Yeah.
So would you get mad if I was telling men hey, go to Puerto Rico. We finding the best situation ever in Puerto Rico.
That's the thing. I can't answer that because I'm on a different, side of the. I'm with y'all.
Yeah, I know you with us, but I want you to say it from a woman's perspective.
I will assume that they're getting mad because obviously that they're lacking a whole bunch of things over here that they're afraid that their men will find in different countries.
Yeah.
That's what I will assume.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know some people who have husbands and their husbands don't even have passports. And when my husband shared with their husbands on how our time was, or when he tell them, yo, you need to come down here, this is what we did, this is what we doing, jealousy does play a big role in there. Not just jealousy, I think they're afraid to lose their man to someone else in the country once they see how they're being treated, once they see how much they can get with their dollar in a different country. It could be like so many different reasons, but like I said, I think women lack a lot of things in this country that they automatically, put their nose up about when their man is traveling somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, that's what I will assume. I mean, because if I wasn't into what I was into with my husband, and that's me just putting myself in somebody else's shoes that's not into doing what I'm doing. But I will be jealous and I will be afraid if my husband went overseas and started doing things that I wasn't doing at home, or yeah, pretty much that.
No, wait, well, look, you just dropped some facts right now. But why you think men feel like this? Like, you're a woman, so I understood what you just said made complete sense as a woman. Why do you think men feel like that? Like, men feel like that about other men. We have a lot of men who hate. Like, look, let me show you. Wasn't here. Let's start it over. Look, men hate men traveling.
Are we really surprised that the passport bros were going overseas and doing the exact same thing that they can do over here?
Come on, man.
Talking about they going over there to find wives.
No, listen to it.
Over there are so much better, so submissive and everything that American women are not. But yet, nobody came back with a wife. I wonder why. Is it because they're not actually checking for you? They're just checking for the bankroll?
Now look, now you heard that. So he's saying
that sounds like jealousy.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, now you cooking. Now you cooking. Now you cooking.
That just sounds like a brother hating on another brother.
And it's moving the goalpost.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh snap.
Wait.
It's not none of us. Didn't that sound so moist like Dunkenheim cake? Brother, y'all ain't coming back with no. That sounds so moist.
Yeah.
To me, that sounded so zen. But I'll let y'all brothers, anybody can chime in. Y'all brothers.
I want to say something real quick, like before I forget. So in response to both of those videos, like, let's remind everybody on the panel and in the chat, people tell on themselves what they're focusing on. Everybody on this panel knows somebody overseas that's either in a relationship, probably started a family, or is married or something like that. We're not necessarily bringing women back to the States. I mean, you're bringing them back into a system that is not fair to men, first off. And secondly, we all know the women get the attention, but we've made videos. We tested this through the insights and analytics. We can do stuff about culture. We can do stuff about economics. We can do stuff like, shout out to Sarge and John with serving the veterans. That gets some attention, but not as much as women. Like, you know what I'm saying? So these people that's criticizing, they're showing what they focus on. They don't even respond to other positives of men traveling.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because they don't care. They don't care. They just want to take shots. They want to take shots.
Like there's little channels of married couples who claim their passport, bro.
Yeah,
they got
entire YouTube channels
about that. So how they missed that, I don't know. But like
they're not looking for it.
Yeah, like what's that brother name? No, let me give that brother some shine. What's that brother name? That brother got a good channel. Brother Marcus, he live in
Jerry-
Santo Domingo. Brother,
Jerry,
no, brother Jerry too, another guy. He has a wife.
Is it
Santo
traveling
Domingo.
abroad with Jay or something like that?
That's another guy. He's
Oh, yeah.
married to the guy. Yeah. So you got them, those guys who not, they're not over here, but they over here in a certain way. These are guys are married, but people don't care about those things. Look, man, shout out to my brother
Andre.
hold on, shout out to my brother with 999 super chat. Pablo Frescobar said, Frescobar. I like that name, Pablo Frescobar. I live across the street from Popeye's Chicken. but I go downtown to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, what's the name of the channel? Love.
Andre, Love Cross the Borders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to my brother Love.
Yeah,
Shout out to Mr. with the
Sunshine
super chat.
Shoulders in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You got More to Life from the Philippines. You got a lot of people in relationships, and they just bypass all of that. And these people got platforms just as big as ours.
I think you talk
But
about
they don't care.
The one
That's the thing. So look,
You gotta understand the mind
that
state.
brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You gotta
Go ahead,
understand the
bro.
mind state of who's talking.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And they the loudest voices in the room most of the time.
Yeah, because we ain't saying shit. We need to say shit when they talk. They shut up. You know what I'm saying?
And plus, it's that monster.
Go ahead.
Pride monster.
Yeah, but go ahead, Mr. Harpeel. You got the floor.
You gotta understand a feminine man will hurt you faster than a masculine man. So the mind state they're coming from is from a feminine mind state. They are acting just like the black women, like, oh, y'all leaving because y'all can't get no woman over here.
Yeah.
Well, to come from somebody who done had plenty of y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's just that people are going overseas to get what they can't get here, which is the respect, the femininity that just comes natural. Now, are there some women here that are feminine and respectful? Yes, but it's so few now because they'll resort to that mouth. And it's kind of like when men talk to men, you don't see men running up to an 8-foot dude that can whoop they behind talking crazy and saying crazy shit. You just don't see that. Even if you see a dude that you basically like, okay, well, we got an even fight, but I might lose an eyeball. You're not gonna just risk that regardlessly. You're gonna have that respect. These women don't have no respect because there is nobody to check them.
Right.
We have made it so safe that there's nobody to check them here.
Women are the new
You
men.
heard what Kevin Samuels said before? Who gonna check me? Let me tell you.
Like the only thing you can do is resort to your master to what you do trump her in. And if you do that, you're going to jail.
You're going to jail. I'm about to play. You're going
to jail. Even if you don't go even if you don't go so far as to try to hurt her, but you just like, look, shut up. Why are you talking to me like this? You can't do nothing. But how many times does a woman be like, boy, stop playing? That boy is good.
Yeah,
she gets away with that. She gets away with that. How many men hear a woman be like, girl, stop playing? We don't do that. We don't put our hands on them. So if they go around living their life unchecked, they just get out of pocket. And men are tired of the out of pocketness. We want a woman that's like, hey, we can talk to each other regularly. We can have a disagreement, but we're not going to the argument because the third level is the fight, and you can't go there. We're gonna have this disagreement, and at the end of the day, what I say is gonna be the end if I'm the one providing for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked a Dominican man in Dominican Republic, do they go through the same thing black men go through here in the States with their women in DR?
Wait,
but okay. You know what they say. I got a driver. I got a driver in DR, so we keep contact all the time. You know, I got a personal driver, and he's like, man, the stuff you be talking about, we don't have that, because if we get into it with our woman, it's an assault. It's an equal charge on both of us. It's not no one-sided thing. You know, it's a one-sided thing here. All she got to do is say, "Oh, he breathed on me wrong," and the cuffs is on you.
Yeah,
they come in ready to lock you up.
But look, I'm sorry to tell you too. But hold on. But look, I have never Look, I got like family members here in Dominican Republic. Like I'm here, Sarge here. Like I don't see that happen. men, like look now. A foreign man might get caught up in some stuff. A foreign man might, but I don't see Dominican dudes. I see Dominican dudes. I saw a dude today with Daisy Dukes on and a woman running behind him. Yeah, Daisy Dukes on.
I think that's a myth too. Like talking about women in different countries as if they like some little delicate.
Yeah,
they will handle you if they need to. Like it ain't like they some punks.
You know what else I noticed here that I didn't see in the States? This is something that really.
Wait, hold on, y'all cook. I gotta get something. Y'all just keep cooking.
Yeah,
Y'all cook.
Another thing I noticed here in the States, we celebrate whole behavior. Like we put it in the front. We put it in our politics. They shaking their asses at politicians' conventions and stuff. Like we celebrate whole behavior, and then the women that claim that they are real women, they ride along with them. So we so confused. We don't know if you a hoe or if you just supporting the whole movement. So we can't like differentiate y'all from what we want in a wife versus the girls' trips and you twerking all the time and all your social media. Here, especially in Sosua, I'm telling you, I've met countless women that as soon as I tell them I live in Sosua, they like, I'm not dealing with you at all. Like, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, don't text me no more. Just because here, they separate that whole shit from the real women. They make it very known I'm not about that life. So all these dudes talking about, oh, we going over here to mess with the prostitute. I'm telling you now, they don't play that over here at all. Like the real women, they don't even have that conversation. So when you see brothers over here married or in relationships, they're saying, hey, I found a good girl and here at the mall that had a job here or whatever. Those are true stories. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the only real difference between what they claim women are doing here and what they're doing in the States is here they don't get government assistance. These Dominicans got to get it how they live. Wow. If you took away food stamps and all that shit like that woman was crying about, guess what her next move gonna be?
Yep.
Tooting that thing up to get some bills paid. So the only difference between the ones in the States and the ones here is the ones in the States don't know they a hoe. That's what I say. Because if they wasn't getting child support, they wasn't getting government assistance, if they didn't know they could put a brother in jail, if they didn't know they can garnish your wages, they'd be out there tooting it up just as much as these women they talk about out here. These women out here getting it how they live. They ain't get no help. Like the government was like, hey, you want to open your legs to a dude without no job? Good luck, sis. You better figure it out. That's just what it is.
That's
facts. You dropping facts. Sorry, dropping facts.
So you can find a good girl out here because they everywhere, even in Sosua. But if you come out here with that mentality, they're gonna treat you like a gringo with that mentality, and you deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Can I ask you kind of a question?
Go ahead.
Well, how y'all feel about, there's so many people trying to discourage men from going over to DR, especially. So now it's like they're really trying to put pressure down on this whole, the HIV is over there. You got the guys bringing HIV back to the States. Like you don't have Texas, Miami, Las Vegas,
Atlanta is on steroids. Atlanta been on steroids.
Been on steroids since the 90s.
When I was in school in Atlanta, man, I used to stand at the MARTA, bro. They had this big poster of Magic Johnson talking about, over 90% of the HIV rates in Atlanta are from black. I used to be like, oh, hell no.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
God, dog.
Come on, man.
So they're really trying to lay this thing going, and then they're trying to say passport bros who want bringing it back.
Bro, I saw the old lady. I don't have the video. It's black chicks, man. I hate to see that because listen,
they always put it on straight men. They always put it on straight men like we ain't got the Gucci brothers.
Medium
man. No, but let me tell y'all something, man. I like the video I made about the AIDS in the DR was the one that pushed me to it made me get 30,000. 18,000 people watched, everybody subscribed. I just told the truth. I say, let me tell you something. This is not true. Over here, actually women have less than the men, and the HIV rate over here is so low. And when I did that, YouTube just promoted the hell out of it, and it made look right before I made that video, I had 17,000 subscribers. I made that video, I jumped to like 23 or 24,000. So many people had watched it. I answered. This dude was a Latino. I don't know if he was a Puerto Rican or he was a little zesty. He was zesty. He like, hey, you need to get it for the fuck. Like, he started moving. He was like, I could tell zesty cat. The cat start moving. Regular cat go just sit there, be firm. He was zesty. He started moving. Get it for the 40. And then like we just talk. We like, hey, brother, what it is? Brother go to he was moving with a little zestiness. Because TikTok, look, bro, I just started TikTok, but man, I hate TikTok because of this reason. People can get on there and say just anything. But look, let me let my brother Black Cleaner. Black Cleaner haven't been here in a while. I want to say shout out to my brother, man, a Panama type brother. Shout out to Black Cleaner, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, brother. How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing all right. What's going on? Shout out to the panel. I just been. Yeah, Ryan was just here. Travel with Ryan. Me and him just broke bread yesterday. He's in the DR now. But but to touch on what you all was saying, 2 points that I want to make. Number one, when I was in Colombia in August, and I was in Medellin, and I was up in Sweet Georgia Cafe, and every Black couple that I met that was in Sweet Georgia Cafe in Medellin came from America. And I would sit there and I would talk to them, and I'm like, where you all from? And they're like, Texas. And I'm like, both of y'all are American? And they're like, yeah, we came here, because we're trying to escape, what's going on in the Matrix. United States.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm saying this was countless. I mean, I talked to like 3 or 4 Black couples that was there. And that was surprising to me because, I mean, of course, there's plenty of brothers that go to Medellin when, like when I got off the plane, it was like droves. It was like a fraternity, just going down there. But when I actually was there sitting in Sweet Georgia Cafe in the heart of, Baylin, now I'm seeing actual, citizens who done got their card, and they're like, yeah, we live here now. We've been here for a year or 6 months or what have you. So that's the one point that I want to make. Number 2, when I was leaving the States, and I was in a taxi. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, not a taxi, Uber. They was taking me from my apartment to the MARTA station. And I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, where you headed? And I'm like, I'm on my way back to Panama. I live there now. And he's like, really? I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, well, number one, the rent is cheaper. I'm like, how much do you pay for rent? He's like, well, I paid like $2,600. I live downtown. And I'm like, well, see, you wouldn't have to Uber, to pay the rent if you lived in out of overseas. He's like, nah, I get money. My money's good. I Uber because I have a daughter that's in college, and I'm Ubering so I can help pay her tuition. But I still don't know how you do it. And so when I was leaving, I said to myself, the reason I'm doing it is because I don't want to end up like you at 3 o'clock in the morning Ubering just to pay your daughter's tuition. You caught up in a treadmill. You got to pay your rent is going to your job's money is going to your apartment, and your Uber money is going to your daughter's tuition. You don't see the treadmill that you're on? Mm-hmm. So that's basically, what I have countless examples like that when I meet people that are in the Matrix, and I talk to them when when I come back to, do some things here to, get things right. Cause I do have a rental property here. So, but everybody's always saying the same thing, but they don't understand that they're on a treadmill. It's like what Harriet Tubman said a long time ago. I would have freed a lot more slaves if they knew that they were slaves.
Yeah, that's real talk. Man, look, I'm glad you actually hopped on, man. I got to get your information. A company want me to come to Panama. Look, I got one want me to come to Mexico and one want me to come to Panama to do an Airbnb video with them. So I'd like to talk to you about that. Make sure I ain't going to stay in no raggedy place.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Look, I don't know Panama. I don't want to be showing up out there. I don't want a cat dressed like the Rubber Ducky Man. I'm standing outside saying, hey, bro, you come over here and do that. Now, look, now this YouTube stuff, that's a whole nother vein for you brothers that do YouTube. Once your channel start getting enough things, that YouTube, look, people don't understand like content, that you got different aspects of content. You got this right here, watch hours. But once people start following you, companies want you to represent. Look, I'm just not no sellout. If you see me out here, hey brother, take this ad deal, Ronan, then you know I'm completely too legit. Too legit. You start seeing me, then you know Ronan them sold out. Bro, look, I'm telling you real right now, brother. I turn down 30 or 40 people every day trying to get me to sell stuff to my audience. I say, no, that don't fit my audience. That's why you see me do mostly Airbnb, because people offer you money for that. Well, let me see your Airbnb first. Bruh, I done shot, this is real talking about to tell y'all. I done shot over 80 Airbnb videos that y'all haven't even seen, but the place was raggedy and I refused to show it. I like, nah, I done paid for it myself. I said, nah, they said, well, you don't show it, we're not gonna pay you. That's all good. It's too raggedy for me to show to my people. I just eat it myself, but that's because I'm not a cat. But as y'all guys grow, and I'm here to help men grow, so I want us to win. These are the ways that we win. And I'm saying men, but Maisha, every time I say that, she like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here. So look, even you, shout out to you. And look, I don't know, because you came over here. Look, my audience was like 97%. Now, I don't know, because you came on here a couple times. I got a lot more women watching me. It could be you. And there might be Latinas or whatever. And my old lady, she done been on videos with me, but I think it's you, because it linked up when you start coming on here. Women, maybe it's you. I don't know. It could be you.
Her mic muted.
Mic
muted.
Let me see.
There we go.
There we go.
I said, I hope they're not trying to gang up on me.
No, listen, I've never heard anybody say anything negative about you, your man, whatever. Like, actually, I think that you were so real about your situation with your husband coming to Sosua. We got 182 in the building, man. Make sure y'all like everything. So I think that people heard your situation, and like right now, I think women are on board with your lifestyle. You got a man, look, you got a nice house, you're doing right. Like when I was a kid, my grandmother and all of them lived like that. They had a man. The man might go deal with other chicks, but he ain't going nowhere. Percy Earl ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I just feel like I'm doing it the smart way.
Yeah, you are. What y'all brothers think? Y'all think so? She has a man, and her and whole man have been on here before. A solid guy. They have a good situation, but they'll participate. You know, I don't want to speak for you, but you have a good situation, and any man, I have a situation that's similar, but mine don't want to see it. Mine don't want to see it. She like, okay, you go to Santo Domingo or you go over there.
Sarge.
Yeah, you know, mine don't want to see it. She know I'm a werewolf. She know I go over there and do that. Because I was in Santiago, but sorry, I was in Santiago. I was going crazy. I couldn't help it. I couldn't resist it. Look, I was in the mall. Santiago. Hey, mommy, you know I ain't not like my, but I didn't have her there. But she was calling. But she was calling me a lot. Saying, "Hey, look, I'll get back with you when I come home. When I come home." But yeah,
come back to the state. This is Ron Texas. Hey man, y'all ain't gonna see me for about 3 days.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro, because I was sorry. I was cutting up, bro. Look. I'll tell anybody, man, if you go to Santiago, stay in that Los Jardines, I mean the gardens area, bro. I have never, and I'm saying this as a cat that been over here for some years. Hey, bro, Santiago is pressure. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Look, Santo Domingo is pressure. But boy, I walked through the mall and like, bro, McDonald's. I met chicken in McDonald's. Like, I'm like, she had me singing songs for no reason. I made Kool-Aid for my family. Look, bro, I talking about Kool-Aid. Na 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 na. I made picture after picture. I just started going crazy. Like,
Ronan, so when you say you go out and you do your own thing, she know what you're doing. She just don't want it around her, right?
Yeah, she's just not the type of person. And look, I don't even think it's her. I think it's more the family. Like, she come from a solid, like, Christian type environment. So they know too, because my mother-in-law them said, hey, man, he's a man, let him be a man. One time I disappeared and I came back like what's the name of that movie? Like Goodfellas. I came back one night and I'm laughing, I'm drunk. I came back and my mother-in-law and them was here. And I start laughing. I would turn around. She's like, no. She's like, let Ronaldo come in the house. He's just a man. But at the same time, I know it was
sorry.
sorry.
Sorry, got me rolling.
Yeah, sorry, no. Look, sorry, no. Look, I came back full of that stuff. I was. They're like, he's a man. So. But they didn't want, like, look, sorry, I don't know. Mother-in-law was like, hey, don't let this ninja go away with all that money. This ninja rich. Sorry, I don't know. Mother-in-law, like, look, I don't know. Mother-in-law say, this is the best you gonna get. You ain't never find, look, I'm like that genie Aladdin. You ain't never find another like me. You'll never be rich like this.
Oh my God.
Hey, them Dominican mothers is pressure, boy.
Yeah, they pressure.
Boy.
Look, so that woman like you ain't gonna never find a cat this rich. I probably
don't play yourself.
Yeah,
play yourself, girl.
Don't play yourself, girl.
That woman like that woman was like, you better shut the hell up. I can walk around and smack goldfish right now. They ain't gonna tell me nothing. I can do anything. I can do anything. You ain't never had a ninja like me. Look like a genie. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. They don't tell me nothing, big dog. Like, they don't tell me anything. They just let me do my thing. So I don't know. Maybe that's something from over here when you've been in a relationship, but I don't have those kind of problems. But like the woman told me, look, I only said it one time, Misha. Like I said, look, real talk. I said, don't make me pick between you and YouTube because you're gonna lose. That's real talk. Because YouTube pay me. Look, Avery laughing. Avery, look, I say, look, you're gonna lose because look, this is why. YouTube pays me. I'm like Death Row. YouTube is a label that pays me. YouTube pays me. Look, no, but y'all laughing. But look, think about it. Got 180 in the building. Listen, what do like? Look, do a woman take from your ad to you? She can add cooch and everything else to you. That's good. But it's about money wise, monetary. Look, YouTube pays me. I'm not gonna put. Look, I done that before. Look, I done simped out. This real talk. Maisha, don't hold this against me. We got to keep it a buck. I have put women before in front of money, and you know what the women did? They went for the money. They left me for the money. So I learned to, yeah. So as a man, look, all right, let's play this. Let me tell you what y'all guys think of this. You know, I got to play something. Me myself, I've learned now as an old ass ninja to not put nothing in front of my paper. Like I said, tomorrow's my birthday. I'm an old ninja now.
Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday,
man, shut up, man. Yeah, man. Old ninja.
Live it up, turn up.
Yeah, I'm living it up, bro. I'm living it up. But
so wait, you live in Santo Domingo, so
no. I'm in Sosúa right now.
Okay.
I've lived in Santo Domingo. And listen, I just left Santiago. I'm selling a property in America, and I'm gonna take that money from that property and buy a place in Santiago. I'm gonna have me a place in Sosúa and Santiago and go back and forth. And if I get enough money, I'm gonna do Santo Domingo. And we going all three, and I'm gonna let you brothers be able to stay in all of them. That's what I want to do. But look, check this out right here.
Talk to a woman about anything substantial.
Look, listen to this. Look.
Never talk to a woman about anything substantial. Never go deep with a woman conversationally.
Let me know what y'all think about this.
Start expressing your feelings to a woman. Always keep it light. Keep it fun.
Just leave that passenger side down so we run that power wire.
About movies, music, food, the weather.
Listen
Just
right here.
fool around, have fun, keep her present, but never ever start talking about fucking politics or, you know, your deep childhood trauma or anything like that. Because as soon as you do that, you basically meet her on her level, and eventually she just starts seeing you like a girlfriend, and then she loses respect for you, and because she sees you as an equal, and then desire fades. Attraction fades, and that's it. And then the next thing you know, you're in the friend zone. So for the rest of your life, remain in dumb, light-hearted fun with women. Talk to your boys about something deep, and that's it. Peace.
Now look, that's how I live now. Now look, me myself.
That's some true shit.
That's some real stuff, bro. Look, I have been the other way around and tried to share deep stuff with women. Tell them about, hey, you know what?
My husband better share all the deep stuff with me.
Yeah, but see, but what did you say earlier? Look,
I know that's
Mace,
right.
no, but what did you say? You said that I'm on your side. The first thing you said. So you're seeing it from our perspective, meaning you elevated your mind enough to not think the way. Look, all right. So look, let's one more, y'all. Look, she just hit on something. Look, you're not thinking like these women right here. And shout out to this woman who's saying
you're a unicorn.
Yeah, you're a unicorn. So look, think about this right. Listen to this sister right here.
Feminism lied to us, and we just ate it up. They told us that rebellion was power, but all it gave us was confusion, burnout, and situationships. In the eyes of feminists, you don't need no man, right? Okay, but why are you secretly craving love, stability, and protection? So somehow obeying God became oppressive, while being overworked, over-sexualized, and overlooked became empowerment. Please make it make sense.
Now that sister was dropped. So you're not like that. See, like my brother, Mr. Harper said, you have a unicorn type of mindset, because the average woman don't even have. Even my mother. Look, I love my mother. I love my mother to death. Right? Me and my mother them had these conversations, and when I start telling her stuff that she don't agree with, whether it's politics or whatever else, you know, my mother would tell me, I said, "Well, you black too." wait. Where that come from? Look, I look at my mother. Look, Maisha, my mama lighter than you. I'm like, wait. When you got black, you know, I tell my mother, like, these are the things that they can't win what you're talking about, and they start coming at you with this weirdness like that. So, I think that we were so like in our community a bill of goods, and we just unplugged. I think that men unplugged from the matrix earlier. Like, y'all might think I'm lying. I just think we unplugged earlier. I think something happened with us when we start looking around. Not all of us, but some of us. Like, you got people like y'all who are in the military. Y'all brothers who have been like the military unplugged brothers early. You got to deal with different people. You go to different countries. Y'all and I really think the military brothers unplugged all of us, because you look at the passport bro community, all this so-called thing. It's military guys who was traveling the world. It was the military dudes who came to us and said, "Hey, bro, you have options. Look,
everybody got an uncle."
Exactly.
Some part of their family that's probably, unfortunately, addicted to either alcohol or drugs.
That boy is good.
Okay? That nobody want to deal with, but everybody love him. And he then came back and he tried to take care of his entire family.
Yeah.
And he probably been married and divorced 3-4 times, but he's seen enough of the world. Maybe he just couldn't get back out the Matrix, but he's still holding on to when he went to Germany, Japan, Korea. That's all he talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Because probably, even though he's away from his immediate family, that's probably the happiest he ever been in his life. That's why I say the military started, because those are the black people about other than our brothers that, you know, they're first generation from immigrants, you know, from different countries, black, whatever. But other than that, a lot of us didn't have anybody other than military guys in our family that could talk about living overseas.
Right.
Yeah, look, sorry. The first man told me anything about women overseas. I have an uncle who had traveled, but the first man who ever told me anything, I didn't understand what he said yet. He had been in Vietnam and he had told me the truth. He said he was sitting there. He had a black wife there. He smoked a cigarette and he like, Ronald. But he gave me the real game. He like, you know, them Asian women. He told on telling me about Asian when he said, I don't know how many kids I got in Vietnam, but I'm going back. Because his wife was fussing at him. Look, what had actually triggered him, like me and his son was best friends. Me and him outside, and his wife, Miss Alberta, man, shout out to Miss Alberta. Miss Alberta was on his ass. And she was on him. And he come out to me, and you see a little kid, and I'm just looking up, and he like, run! And he just started telling me about, you know, in Vietnam, the women don't act like this. He was giving me I didn't realize that to being a grown man now, he was telling me that I had options. And you know what happened to this man eventually? He really went back to Asia. One day, I'm telling you, I was about 16, and I'm looking for his dad. I'm talking to him, where your dad at? He gone. He was crying. Yeah, snotting on. Yeah, my dad gone. Man, his dad disappeared. Look, bro. Look, when I'm talking to my boy, he looked like Roscoe on Martin, but had the crust with the little head. Yeah.
Snot.
Snot. Like, man, where your dad at? My dad moved, man. He going to Asia. His dad disappeared. Now, this is years ago. So now I can understand why women hate us. I understand it. I understand it. I understand why a lot of women in the United States hate us, but I just, to this day, I can't understand why a man can hate us unless he's zesty. I just can't. I don't understand why a man would hate. If Sarge Sasua going over there to Dominican Republic, what I care? I was like, it's more women for me. If you going to Colombia, you going to the DR, it's more women for me. Why am I upset for men leaving the United States? I mean, go ahead. Wait, hold on. We got a $5 super chat for Maisha. Maisha, it's all for you. There you go. Like Maisha, you can do it. Or to Maisha, do you agree with black men traveling to Latin America and other countries to get beautiful women? Like you, brother, dang, yeah, you go. Okay, brother. Do you agree with it, Maisha?
Yeah, I agree with it.
Okay.
Why
do you agree with it?
Whatever makes you happy, because like I said earlier, a lot of women here in the States are lacking a lot of things that the girls out the country are not lacking, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And they refuse to give it.
Yeah.
The problem is they refuse to give it. They like, I'm just gonna die on this sword.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I agree.
What's the matter with you?
Real,
I'm gonna die on this sword.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, you know, I travel with my husband out the country, and I don't get involved with any of the girls because, you know, they be working girls and things like that. And I just feel like that's not for me. You know, I'm not.
And look, shout out to your husband. I don't know my brother.
I'm just not doing it. But I came to a realization that I've been with my husband for 14 years and I am his wife and my name is on everything along with his name. And the girls that we deal with in the Dominican Republic or what he doing, that's it. And I had to go with him and see that for myself. Some girls, they don't want my man, they want the money and they want to keep it moving at the money. So what am I being jealous about? I might as well just enjoy the fun with them too. Sometimes I'm in the room with him, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm there watching, sometimes
that's real though.
I'm chilling.
Look, I gotta get you to talk to mine because I tried that before. She was look. Let me tell you something. I tried that with mine, and she was like,
"That's what I was going to tell you earlier."
Sarge cracking up. Sarge.
Maybe she doesn't
No,
have a
she-
problem with it because there's no type. You're just going to do you and have fun and come back home. I mean, I personally, like, my husband can't go to Dominican Republic without me. Sorry.
yeah. Well, look, she live here in the barrio. She ain't like. Long as I'm not here, listen, I can go other places, but if I try to do that here, she like, no, look,
That boy is good.
cause I do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
My husband,
I would
he
much.
don't mind when I travel with him neither, because you know I don't. There's no rules or anything like that. Like, I don't care. Like, we're there for fun. I mean, we talk about it on the way back home. Like, I don't. There's no type of attachment. You know how they say, like, when girls do things with guys, is because the girl is connected to that guy in some sort of way. So, like, when guys do things with girls, it's not because they're always connected. It's just they just trying to get something off real quick, you know, and that's it. So
Hey, look, a lot of men got a real no. She knows she has a woman, and all you guys know this. Women might act like that, but they be doing it anyway, bruh. Come on, look. Y'all know. Am I lying? Look, let's go to my brother Marcus right quick. Brother Marcus, man, you're a guy that's in the game. You know the game. A lot of these women do it anyway. Not all, but some of the women have secret men anyway, but they would make you feel like they don't have anybody, but they have somebody, and you're sitting there. A lot of them, definitely.
Most of them. Most of them got some. Most of them got some long and strong that they've been hitting since they was in high school that they ain't never let go. They got his number on call. Husband go to work.
What was
wait. What his name is? Long Don?
Hey, King Kong.
Yeah.
They got somebody that they call. Trust me, I know.
Wait.
Trust me, I know.
Look. A lot of them do have that, brother Marcus. You think that's true that most women, like, you're from shout out to Chi-Town, man. You think is that I'm not from Chicago. I don't know about Chicago. I know in Louisiana, a woman will argue with you and cry. Look, her eyes can be crusty. Look, she could have a boogery nose. Hold on, I don't know my brother in the fight. I don't know my brother Ty in the fight. Look, I saw chicks in the United States, especially down south, have a boogery nose, crying her hardest, and she had just got caught with a man smashing them cheeks. I don't know about Chicago. I don't know about Cali.
It's the same, Roman. It's the same in Chicago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you from there too. Someone that Ty, you go first, and brother Marcus, you go after that.
Oh man, what was the question though, brother?
No, I just said. Look, the question is this: a lot of these women fuss about us experiencing things like you doing with your husband, y'all doing it, but they be the main ones cheating in the United States, and you're not. Look, I think between over here in the DR,
I'm not saying. I was one of them too before.
It switches. Wait, switches. Look. Wait, we gonna get into that. Yeah, shout out for you. It definitely. Look, over here it switches. I feel like in the United States, women cheat more. I think, and you come to these countries here, men got the upper hand. But brother Ty, you got the floor.
Oh man, yeah, they definitely got some D on demand. You know, I can't never put that past from Chicago, the third largest city. So you know, you kind of get taught from an early age. Game is gonna hit you in the face, man. I was just thinking, me and my brother was talking because our pops, you know, he retired and you know he's been going back to the church we used to go to when we came out to the burbs, and he was telling me and my brother that these girls we was messing around with in high school, like, oh man, they lost a lot of weight, they looking good, and me and my brother get to talking to each other like, man, they was hoes then, like what we want with them now. So you know, it's definitely nothing really to look for, man. So I mean. The thing is with Chicago, it's a lot of small suburbs that's around it that's still in the same county. So you can have somebody that was a track star in high school, and all they gotta do is move 40 minutes away, and somebody gonna think they got gold. So I've seen a lot of brothers get let down. You know, the mutual Facebook friends is the devil.
Chicago, bad mother sucker. I had a chick from Chicago, a hairdresser. I fly her down here to San Antonio. We have a threesome. She come hit me up about 4 months later talking about I'm pregnant. She don't know that I had a vasectomy. Like she don't know I had a vasectomy.
Same.
I played the whole game. Let her go ahead and ride that out. Let her go ahead and ride that out. Say, you ready for this blood test?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah.
I
brother hit her like that. Look, when he went there.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. This is something that Angry Man. I don't know if any of y'all watch Angry Man channel. He said this last night. He said they scream and moan about a man, cheating, right? But how many of them that are married are virgins? Men, women go into marriage and they worried about a man cheating, but a man is coming into marriage and he would prefer that you were the only man he been with. So that's what we want. This is what you want. Ain't neither one of us gonna get what we want. Not at this point, because ain't nobody getting married a virgin.
Yeah, that's real.
Ain't nobody getting married a virgin. So we not out here marrying virgins. So how do you expect that you gonna give up your half of the bargain, and I'm supposed to complete my half? Like you're not giving the equal representation. So it's like the social contract is completely broken in America. It's over with.
Well, let me say something to that because
go ahead.
You said ain't nobody getting married as virgins right now, but the issue is in America it's so messed up sexually. Like guys are really not getting nothing, so a lot of guys might not even get no punani till they get married.
You not went, and I'll be damned if I wait for poo nanny from a bitch that got 3 kids. Oh, it's good.
Right.
You done push humans out. You think I'm celibate till I get married. Yeah, you gonna get celibate somewhere else. You gonna celibate to somebody else.
After Marquise just stressed you out.
That's what I'm gonna ask y'all. Look, when women do that,
where the white women at?
That's what I'm gonna say.
They're reporting that guys are still virgins from ages all the way up to 30 years old now in high numbers. Like,
the women are only chasing the top 20% of men. The top 10% of the dudes they find conventionally attractive, and the top 10% of guys that earn. They chasing those men. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, you got threes out here with standards in 2025. The threes.
You got threes talking about we should start shaming ugly men. Like,
I think Jay said we in the land of the 49ers, the 4s that think they 9s.
No, look.
Now the 2s that think they 9s. You got
I've heard so many people say that, bro. That's real. Like we living in.
I tell them like this. I tell a girl like this. I said, you want to say that because I tell them I'm average. It is what it is. When I put on a suit, you know what I'm saying? I do a little. I'm plus average a little bit. But I tell you what, I walk out the house and I wash my hair, I brush my teeth, I put on my clothes, on the deodorant, my cologne, and I walk out the house. Can you do that? If you can't do that, because you ain't combing your hair, 9 times out of 10, you're not combing your hair.
They put on those lace fronts.
You gonna put on makeup. You gonna put on some eyelashes. Everything about your existence is everything. The bonnet crew. Everything about your existence. Everything about your existence is fabricated.
We come on that more like that. Hey, man.
Fabricated. So your 10, we can wipe off with a napkin. Your 10, we can wipe off with a napkin.
Yeah,
man, have y'all seen these popped up balloons? The audacity!
Oh yeah, bruh. I saw a lady. No, wait.
He was from New Orleans, Ryan. He was cutting into him because they kept talking about, oh, your height. And by the second or third time, he had enough. He said, y'all gonna get it today. Y'all gonna get it out here today.
I saw that. Cause look, cats from New Orleans go just tell you because we used to them bonnets. You know what I mean? We used to bonnets and all that, bro. We used to that women with
my
nasty eyelashes.
Over, bro.
Yeah,
done. No more bonnets.
But the girls, that's the thing. Like the girls I spoke about this, I don't know on Who Live, but yeah, the girls out here, they walk around with bonnets and stuff like that. But the girls in Dominican Republic, they walk around with the nets. But if you go
tubies. They got that tubie.
And it's their but it's their hair under that net.
Wait. Take a shot.
Done, but walking around with the net is ratchet. It is ratchet because if you go to Colombia, you won't see not one Colombian girl leaving out the house with their hair wrapped up.
You definitely won't. You definitely won't. They gonna come out. They coming out star studded.
It's a Dominican.
Shout out to Colombia. Look,
the Dominican bonnet is crazy.
It's a Dominican bonnet. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But look,
It's a Dominican bonnet. It's a Dominican. But check this out. It's a Dominican bonnet with Dominican hair underneath it.
Good.
That's where the difference is.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that Yaki number 3.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
That Yaki number 3.
Now look, I'm
Majority of the
gonna
time, though, mama.
I get my hair done in the
No,
body.
wait.
Sometimes I
No,
put
wait.
extensions and then I wrap it up in the hairnet. So sometimes.
Now look, I give her that. There's people here who do wear that tacky yaki, but I don't want none of them.
Good.
The tacky yaki is crazy.
No, look. Let me make y'all laugh. Anytime I see a Dominican woman with a bunch of weave, I say,
where are the white women at?
Blacko.
Hell no.
Nah, bro, we just joking. Look, we just have a good look. Let me read these super chats right here, man. Shout out to all the brothers. Shout out to everybody. We got my brother right here, the super chat, $10 super chat. There is no rules, but it's honesty. Look, I mean, it's real talk. Like, look, but let me say this: Do men really want honesty, or do we want to hear? Look, I done saw cats simp out so hard. Look, I'm not immune. In my life, I have simped out in these 47 years. I'm simped out before, man. And sometimes you don't want to hear it. It's real talk. So my brother, also the $5 super chat. Also, brother Marcus, I'm from Chicago. Shout out to the Chi-Town. Would like to get consultation. Brother Marcus, drop your information, Marcus. Brother said he wants some.
They still on that map.
Yeah, so the brother wants some consultation. And my brother Philip, brother. Shout out to my brother, man. Brother Philip, man. I definitely got it. A lot. I appreciate you, brother Phil. Always coming through. Shout out to the panel, just supporting. I need to get up with you. Yeah, but man, brother, I definitely appreciate you, brother. Brother Phil is another one like Brother B. They always come through with that love, man. And even brothers who are sending me cash apps, man. Appreciate all you brothers sending me cash apps, man, through for my birthday. I definitely appreciate you brothers coming through with that. All the brothers who know me. Appreciate that. Man, brother, Ninja getting old. That's one thing I'm too old now to play any games. I'm not playing any game with any women. You know what happens to you when you play games with anybody? I would tell a woman this. I got daughters. I know. I can't speak for everybody on here. I don't know Black Cleaner. I know Sarge got kids. I don't know if Sarge got daughters. Like I have daughters.
3 daughters.
I have daughters. Yeah, 3 daughters. So I tell my daughters the same thing. Don't play games with people. Just treat them right. If they don't treat you right, get the hell away from them. Sarge, do you treat your daughters the same way that I do? I tell my kids the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to give it, regardless if they want to receive it or not, I always try to give them a man's perspective.
Yeah.
So, one of the big things I told my daughters is women decide who have sex, men decide who get married.
Yeah.
So I used to always tell them that if you open, because I have a granddaughter, and I told my daughter this when she told me she was pregnant. I said, well, were you raped? She said, no. I said, so y'all had a good time? She said, yeah. I said, so stop talking bad about that man because you gave him an opportunity to get you pregnant. Now, all the stuff he was doing that when you met him, when you laid down with him. So I look at men and I tell my son, if you marry a woman that's a hoe, like your daddy did a couple times, that's your fault. Yeah. That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You should have made a better decision. So I always told my daughters that, and they're just now at 25 years old starting to see like, oh yeah, he told me the truth. Like you have to take accountability for your actions, even as a woman now. Y'all want independence? Y'all want to run around here like y'all the queen? Well, you got to take the good and the bad. You can't just take all the benefits. You got to take that how men get where, hey man, you make a mistake, everybody love you while you're doing great. But as a man, you make one mistake, they will crucify you. Like that's just what it is. So women want to be able to make the mistakes and then still fall back and blame somebody else. And my daughters were doing that, and I had to check them. Like, nah, you got to suck that up. You like pick your side. You know, you want to be submissive and be a good woman, just like you told your daughters. Your best decision in your life will be to find a man that's gonna love you and take care of you. That'll be the best decision in your life.
So you just said something real.
Ask your 50-year-old mama who's still single. You know what I'm saying?
No, you just said something so real, Sarge, that you told your kids the truth. Let me tell you what my daughter told me just yesterday. I was talking to her. She asked me when I'm coming back to Louisiana. I said I'll be back soon. I'll come back probably soon. But she told me something. She said, "Papa," or we say, we got our own word. But look, she was like, "Papa, I'm so glad the stuff that you told me and my sister in the car bringing us to school." She like, my daughters, one of them is engaged, the other one's married to a Nigerian professor, and they do it very well. She say, everything you told me came to pass. I raised my kids to be wise. I just did. At the time when I had them, I won custody of my daughters. I was going through hell, boy, with their mama. But I won custody. I fought the Civil War. Thousands of dollars. I won them. And what she told me, I raised them to be wise. Now, they both educated, college educated, but they came in and they contribute. She said, I'm so glad I don't have the whole load of life on my back. That's the thing. But in today's society, we teaching women that they're less than. And we're teaching men that they're less than. A lot of men teach men that, hey, man, no matter what you can do. Let me tell you what my father did me. Anybody got a flow after this? So my father had a janitorial service. I'm in there with him. I don't want to do that. You think I want to pick up some trash behind some people? My daddy grabbed me by my neck, Sarge, and slammed me against a wall. Took all the breath out of my body. And he told me, like a man, he said, boy, ain't nobody owe you shit, not even me. He said, this world, he started telling me how hard what I was going to go through as a black man. He threw me against the wall. Bro, we was in Thibodaux, Louisiana. We are in the boondocks. For all you guys that don't know, it's south of New Orleans, in the swamps.
Yeah.
He threw me against a wall, took all my breath away, and told me, nobody gonna give you shit. Nobody owe you shit, not even me. And he told me that for you to make it, you're going to be tough. And he said, you're going to have to find something that you want to do. I was like, man, I don't want to pick up no trash. And my dad looked at me and said, man, and now this is way back. He said, I make $200,000 a year. You think this ain't nothing? That my dad told me back then. And now, as a man, I'm so glad I listened to that man. Look, I was rebellious. My mom had taught me things that were backwards. My mom taught me kung fu backwards. I get my ass whooped, think I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever saw Kung Pao? You watch Kung Pao do that. I'm bleeding, making me the victor. My mom taught me like that. My mom taught me you bleed, you winning. But my dad taught me, hey, bro, the art of fighting without fighting. So, Sarge, hearing you talk about that to your daughters, that's a thing. And that's why I always preach masculinity and us teaching our kids, daughters or sons. It ain't just about boys. It's about women too. So we teaching our kids the right way. That's why I'm glad Maisha's on here talking from her perspective. Man, this stuff is valuable. Maisha, you know how many people are going to watch this? Like, we do these videos. So the last video we did, I think got like 5,000 views. Say 5,000. That's a lot of people watch these things.
Shoot, that's why I took my son to Dominican Republic. You know, he's autistic. So
that's what's up. Mine too. I got respect for baby Maisha.
I took him to Dominican Republic just to show him different, just to show him that women that look like me will still accept somebody that is like him, because here in the States he might have more of an issue dealing with women because the way the women are here in the States. So I took him out to the Dominican Republic just so he could see, like, Just because he's in a situation, that don't mean women is not gonna like you. That's because you here in the States. So I'm gonna take you out, take you somewhere else. And now he said he don't want to go to Disney World.
Mine either.
Look, like Denzel with that, my nigga. Where that Denzel? I gotta get that Denzel.
And we rented a big mansion or whatever in Sosua, and you know we kept things separate because my husband was taking them upstairs, like the girls and things like that. But he was in his own little world. He didn't even know what was going on, like. So.
No, I'm look. Whenever you bring him back, look. Look. Let me see this.
Oh, I was about to say my husband right there.
Man, shout out to my brother. Look.
Oh,
shout
what
out
up, Rainier? Salute, Rainier.
Man, salute to you, brother.
Rainier got that Jay-Z cap on.
Look. Just saying something so real. I had a ex brother-in-law named Quincy. Now look, he was special needs, and I did that for him one day. I bought him. Look, this cat, he could talk, but he never would talk. He would say stuff like this. Anytime you tell him something, you say, Quincy, how you doing? He would hum like He-Man. Dun, 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 dun. He was saying like He-Man, Thundercats, all on the move. I bought him to a place in New Orleans called Shishi's back in the day. He clapped some cheeks. He started talking different. That brother clapped some cheeks and Shishi's, he was regular. And look, I tried to play him one day. I said, what that Thundercats is? He like, man, don't try to tell me about those Thundercats. Quincy had got some real cat. He ain't give a damn about no lion or snarf or none of that no more. So shout out to that. Like, brothers, let me tell you, there's power in so
he cracking up. Oh, what's wrong?
No, that's real talk.
Snarf.
Brother, look. I know all y'all Gen Z to my snarf. Now look, snarf.
I ain't Gen Z. I'm a millennial.
Boy, go look up Thundercats snarf, big dog.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, man.
Look, Quincy got some real cooch, and he was different. That brother, like he used to wear tight clothes. His clothes got loose after that. So I don't know. It got loose, man. So that's how this stuff here, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate all you got. Then what I tell y'all, man, so many people don't watch this already. Man, that's why I love this, man. We get on here and do this, man. The floor open, man. We open. Anybody can any of y'all can talk. But look, Brother Marcus had got cut off, so let Brother Marcus go first. Then any one of y'all can go ahead, man. Brother Marcus, you got the floor, big dog.
So, do you remember any of the, like, at least the last question you had asked?
Look, let's just do this right. This is what I want to. This is a question. Like, I wrote down questions, and y'all can go around the board. Look, the rise of fatherlessness in America, the ripple effects of it. Because, you know, we always talk about these things and why men are going. Do you think, in your wildest dream, a regular man like me, you, Sarge, any of us on this panel, Black Cleaner, we are all good guys. Like, you just heard me talking about raising my kids. You heard Sarge. Avery don't have no kids yet, but I know Black Cleaner probably have some. Men on Move don't have no kids. No, all of us on this panel, we raised our kids. We want our kids to win. The rise of fatherlessness in America, like people not there. Now we're dealing with the repercussions of it. What do you think about that, big dog?
Okay, so to me, that plays into the destabilization of the nuclear family. I try to not go into. I know we keeping this lighthearted. But y'all had touched on so much, but it kind of ties into that. As far as when you asked the earlier question about what's going on either in Chicago or the major cities with infidelity, just think in terms of what the law and culture allows. So the answer to me is yes. Anything that any person can do without consequence, they more than likely will. If there's no consequence, then, you know, you just got people running rampant doing whatever they want to do. And that includes in a relationship. As far as the fatherlessness, that wouldn't be a thing. It's not like there's not men that don't want to be present in their father's lives, but in order to be in a relationship in this particular environment, you're in a relationship with the mother of your child as well as the state. So it's not the same as being in other countries where they don't have that safety net. I'm gonna leave it at that right now. I don't want to take the show in a different direction, but just think in terms of consequence. If there are no consequences for demoralized behavior, then that's what you're gonna get. And it's kind of lopsided because in this particular environment, there's consequences for men, as we all know, and there's consequences for women as well in terms of like later down the road, either loneliness or not getting the men that they want, things of that nature. But there's no law coming to lock a chick up for infidelity or lock a chick up for, I don't know, talking crazy to a dude and like that. But yeah, if you talk crazy to her, or if you put hands on her, it's a wrap. So legally and culturally, because even if the law don't step in, you know, you got brothers that's gonna defend the woman. Like, bro, what is you doing? As it should be.
Brother come in there like deep, like what is Debo? That's a female. No, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Like you just leaving. I'm gonna put your business up. You just leaving Santo Domingo. What are the key differences that you saw from being in the Dominican Republic and United States? Like, just give me one or two of them.
Well, one, I think we all
go.
Just it's a shame that I gotta say this, but just the ability to speak. I mean, even if it's just a hey, good morning, and you get a hey, good morning back. You know, you shoot your shots. My Espanol is trash. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I can read and write better than I can speak. But just interacting with people, knowing that, okay, this is a safe space to at least say hi without some immediate like negative consequence. Then coming back here, it's not the same.
So you think that being in Santo Domingo is different than being in Chicago? You think that the women are just more open in the Dominican Republic? Because you were here too in Sosua. Now look, I saw my brother in rare form. I ain't gonna say your business. But
hey, it's all good. I'm single. I was out doing my thing a little bit.
I saw the brother turn to a werewolf. Like, look, I be talking to brother Marcus. Say, brother, now look. Let me keep it a brother. Now look, brother, I saw me and him be talking. Now we talking about the beach. We talking stars, quasars, all that. Brother, like, brother, just hey, mommy. The brother just, brother turned in. The brother had that mag mode. And I'm an old ninja now, brother Marcus. When you now look, whenever you turned into the Mac, I heard that before you turn off the lights, like your brother turned to Michelle.
You don't want to run that? You want to
hold on, my brother. Look, anytime that brother Marcus starts stepping the women in the suit, every woman, I think about that, brother Marcus. Every woman you step to, the women were beautiful. Remember me and you was walking down from Flip, and like, remember these chicks that
I know the tall baby mama, yeah.
Oh man, they were so gorgeous. And
that's my line. I'm looking for my tall baby mama.
Yeah, he
not in Sosua, but you know, for a day we can hang out.
You could be my wife, but just for the night. But I'm telling you, that brother, like, remember the chicks, man? That was so brother
with
Marcus,
the glasses,
like, yeah. Isn't this just a good lifestyle and a good experience? Now think about men who have never came here and they get to experience this. It's so different from the United States. That's what I try to tell people how good Sosua is. They've never think about how many men. So brothers like Sosua played out. I'm like, you know how many men have never left their street in the United States? Who never left their city? Imagine that cat when he comes here. Look, I tell dudes this all the time. It took me 2 years to come to Sosua because my favorite YouTuber I liked at the time, way before I had a channel, said, Sasua was played out. Come to find out, this ninja was heartbroken. And I'm listening to him. The woman he was dealing with, a woman way younger than him. The woman them got him, and he said, "Stay out of Sasua, it's trash." And so I was like, man, I ain't going to Sasua. It took me 2 years to come here. And now I see dudes all the time just having the time of their life, but they getting the best guidance of people say, hey, man, I'm falling in love with these chicks. Just come here, have your good time and go home. But this cat, I realized he was trying to come here and fall in love. Shout out my brothers, never left Claiborne. Boy, look, Claiborne got some of the best Chinese food, but I ain't gonna get into all that right now. Shout out to you, big dog.
Can I speak on something before I forget? Because y'all covered this earlier, and I didn't want to interrupt. But going back to the veteran subject, veterans inspired me not only to travel more, but to join the Navy Reserves. Because everywhere I traveled before the military, every country I've been to, every time I ran into an American, it was either a veteran or somebody who was actively in the service or a military brat. Yeah. So every country I've been to, I kept asking these brothers, how are y'all out here? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it was all prior service. Unfortunately, in my experience, it was a little bit different because I do have veterans in the family. I got veterans in my community, like neighbors, people on the block I grew up with and stuff. They ain't tell me nothing. They served their country. They came back home. They worked a regular job. They started a family. But in terms of traveling, they ain't tell me nothing. I had to join the military myself in order for us to have a conversation. So all of the veterans that have really guided me in a certain way, they was already overseas. It's something about coming to the States, people just go back to that matrix mindset. So I can see why like some people get uncomfortable with this being an open conversation, but it needs to be because it liberates people.
Yeah, but let me ask you. So you said nobody told you in the military it wasn't that nobody in your immediate
no one in my community, like neighbors and family and stuff like that. They all been overseas, and you know, some of the old heads just before I was even born. But once I started traveling and once I joined, then I went over to so and so. No, I didn't know that. You wasn't gonna tell me.
Can I tell you why though? In a sense, I know you're looking at it from a younger generation. But
go ahead, sir.
From the old heads, a lot of the times the reason we try to tell young brothers so much about living overseas because we feel like you should earn it.
Okay.
So it's like a rite of passage. Like for a lot of us, it was a vacation. You know, like the first vacation we got out the Matrix. So it's not like no secret society or nothing, but we just kind of feel like, man, you got to be in the military a little bit longer before you go overseas and then get that. Because if you get it too young, then sometimes it's too much. It's like bringing somebody too young and so soon. Like it's too much.
Oh, okay. A brother Edward agreed with you. Shout out to brother Edward.
Yeah.
He agreed with you. So Sarge.
Yeah.
Sarge.
I respect that.
We want you to get a little bit more cemented in your career. So that way, when you do go over there, you don't wild out too much because all of us did it. Most of the time, it's because we went over there. Like I spent 4 years in Germany. All I got out of Germany was a marriage, a divorce, and a child. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's real talk. So if I would have went probably later in life, I would have actually, traveled the country a little bit more and did some other things. So they were probably more looking out for you, especially if there was a black man. They probably, nothing against our white brothers, but especially if it was one of us, we kind of like, we tend to cut up when we get overseas.
But also too, you got to add to that when you do go overseas, it's not the States. So there are certain things that they don't tolerate over there. They're like, I lived in Japan for 4 years when I was in the military. And, they ain't smoking weed over they are smoking weed, but get caught with a dime bag over in Japan and see what happened. They're going to lock you under the jail. So those are also the things too that we're trying to protect you from the strict laws that happen overseas as well, because you can't go over there with that American mindset. Even here in Panama, weed is still illegal in Panama. Like, and I got family members that will come to me and be like, yo, because they're the wake and bake type, and they'll come and visit me, and they're like, yo, I need to get some right now, and I got to go out here and take penitentiary chances trying to get you your daily dose. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we like, yo, leave all of that back over there if you're going to be coming over there with that.
Man, Black Cleaner, that's some real stuff right there. See, I didn't know that. See, that's why I like these panels with brothers in different countries. So I didn't know you can come to Panama and that's illegal. So when you hear Latin America, you think every place is the same, but it's not. That is something. Look, what else do a person need to, especially me, because I'm about to come to Panama. What else do a person got to watch out for? Any game on Panama? Now, like, I'm gonna reach out to you myself personally, but on this panel, what else do we need to know about Panama? A brother coming for the first time who don't know you and who don't know the game.
Panama's fairly safe. I mean, that's the one thing that I do like about Panama, but it is fairly conservative as well. Like, it's not an open market. Everything, just like when I have to use Ryan as an example, because, you know, we was out yesterday and, you know, we was looking for different spots, and we had, all of the spots are spread out. So you have to either Uber or drive to all of the certain party spots, because it's not just one certain street that you can go on with besides Casco Viejo, which is, you know, similar to Dominicans, Santo Domingo. I'm trying to think of the district of Santo Domingo right now. Y'all know it. What part am I talking about? With the old, huh? Yeah, Zona Colonial. That's Casco Viejo. Casco Viejo looks just like Zona Colonial with the cobblestone streets and all of that. So that's always the tourist trap here in Panama. So that's the only spot that you're going to be able to go to party. But I mean, that's where most of your college kids and tourists go. But if you're looking, you know, for some Sosua type action or whatever, now you got to start traveling to these different spots that they have set up, because Panamanians, they're conservative and they don't want that out in the street, because they want more of the, the tourist dollars from the retired people, not the fraternities and the sororities. So that's how it is.
And I'm good with
but
that.
Anything else, just hit me up, huh?
Well, look. So I don't know if you're gonna offer this service for a price, or because people gonna watch this and they're gonna hit me up and like, I want to go to Panama. So is this a service you're gonna offer up yourself to show people around, or how can brothers get in touch with you if you're gonna offer this? But I don't want to speak for you, because I don't want brothers, because every day somebody reach out to me for somebody's number. Hey man, I'm over here. Can you give me such and such a number? I don't like doing it unless the person said themselves.
Well, I always tell people, I'm in the Facebook group. So, all of the brothers, y'all can, hit me up in Passport Cartel, Blue Book Passport Cartel group. You can hit me up on the Black Cleaner on Instagram. So, and also from Black Cleaner to Black Expat, you can hit that site up, you know what I'm saying, on my YouTube page, and I'll be able to hit you up then. I don't charge. The only thing that I charge for is like what you just said. If you want me to take you by the hand and show you around or whatever, I'll charge you for that. But even that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Hey, buy me a beer, buy me lunch or whatever, and we can go kick it. If you're just looking for information,
okay, cool.
Just hit me up. I'll give you the information freely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do like I do.
Look. I like to build a network myself and build friends.
Yeah, I'm like that too, boy. The bad thing about this YouTube, just the dark side of the YouTube game. Like we celebrating the 30,000 subscribers and all that, but boy, this is the dark side of the YouTube. Every time somebody comes to DR, they reach out. Hey, Ronan, and now look, Sarge know this, especially being in Sosua. And I'm gonna let Sarge tell you the same story I'm about to tell you. What people do living in the DR. Now, this just happened to me in Santiago Saturday. 3 brothers say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna meet you at the mall." Now, I wasn't even ready to go to the mall yet, Brother say, hey man, we'll meet you at the mall. I get to the mall in Santiago. These Dominican women latch on to these fools and I don't see them. And it happened to me here in Sosua, Santo Domingo. Brother's like, Ron, this is my first time coming. I'm going to meet you in the suit. Look, let me tell you how fast Roombas and all that work. I done had cats told me, hey, bro, I'm in Roombas right now. I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. It's going to take me 15 minutes to get to Roomba. Because I live far
Never
out.
show up. Never show up.
Sarge, I get the Roombas and text them back, hey, man, I'm here at Roombas. Oh, man, I'm gone. Sunshine got me. One of these chicks them grabbed them, and I don't see these cats for 7 days.
Yeah,
listen.
Well,
Sarge, now look, Sarge, you know that.
Every time.
Look, Avery. I will give Avery. Look, Marcus. I saw Marcus. I saw Avery. That's real talk. Avery was there. Avery was there with the chica he was with. I will give Avery that he was there. But most of the men, I'm gonna say 97% of these ninjas don't show up. So brothers always say, man, you gonna show up? And bro, sometimes I just like, man, do I need to go over there and deal with this cat? Because these dudes don't be there. Sarge, tell me I'm lying, Sarge.
And look, I look, this is what I had. You told me this. And you know, shout out to Ron, because most of anything I created on YouTube is for him, and a lot of the game he gave me. And I remember you telling me, hey, stop thinking you gotta meet all these brothers. Nothing against the brothers, but they gonna see something and they gonna dip. I'm talking about I'm at like 99.7%. I got an uncle come out here 3-4 times a year. Hey nephew, I'm gonna meet you over here. I get over here, order my food, I drink, I wait. Where you at? Nothing. Where you at? Nothing. I leave. I get back to my barrio, kick my feet up, eat. Hey, I just made it to Roombas, nephew.
Yeah, I'm here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, they worse than Dominican time out here, these brothers, man.
Yeah.
So I'd have had a brother. I got the Roomba, sat with him. The first thing he seen walk by him, he's like, all right, P, I'll let you start. And I ain't see that brother the rest of the trip. It happens, especially in social media.
They gone.
They gone.
Because you know how women will grab you here. Look, I'm telling you something. I've had so many women get mad with me because I'm not even interested. I'm just trying to get some Pepto-Bismol because I ate something and my stomach messed up. And she see me in front of the Plagero, and I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get. What, are you gay? No, I just want some stomach medicine. It's such a difference from the United States where these dudes juggling for women, and you don't have to do that here. And look, I can't speak like one thing I got to do. So my brother and like Misha, they're on the East Coast. So I gotta one thing I gotta stop doing. I always put what I deal with as a Southern brother, but Maisha and her husband, and then we got Avery from Seattle, and look, I know Black Cleaner from over there too, and Sarge from Cali. See, this is real. Marcus from Chicago. We covering the whole United States. So. What, like East Coast people, Maisha, them, is it really that bad over there? Like I know y'all in y'all in a perfect relationship. Most people say y'all got a perfect relationship. Is it that bad over there, or I'm gonna let y'all speak on that because it looked like y'all in a perfect relationship.
I'll let him speak since he just got on here.
Okay.
No, I mean, what's perfect? You know what I'm saying?
Well, perfect is like this. Where you got a woman who riding with you. I mean like every I is dotted.
I know what you mean. I mean, I'm doing better than most.
Yeah. That's the damn sure.
I'm doing better than what I've been in before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't look for it. This shit just came. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you look for something, we don't. Like sometimes you plan. Like everybody talking about you want to plan, but sometimes you plan to fail.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean? So sometimes your best energy, the best life is just living your life and just, you know what I mean? Like we grown, we know what's right from wrong. We know funny style people. We know who to stay away from. The only thing that messes us up sometimes is like we like to try to figure them out. Like, yo, we could change them. So the thing is, what I'm meaning to say is, me and her, we just connected. You know what I'm saying? And then there were certain things that she liked to do, certain things I like to do, and we just like it together. You know what I mean? There's certain things that I do that she don't agree with, but it ain't nothing to give up on. See, the thing is, people give up too much easily now. They give up too much.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? They give up too much. You know what I mean? And by me being older, I got a little bit more patience. If it ain't something that turns me off really fast. Nowadays, people get turned off really quick.
Yeah.
So the thing is, she like to go out. I like to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of me going out hanging out with a whole bunch of dudes, you know, sometimes if you have homegirls in your crew, your homegirls is more solid than some of the dudes.
Yeah, because the dude's real thirsty. At least by my.
No, even just like they got egos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody don't want to play a position, but she play her position and I play my position. And we
that's
rock
real
out.
talk. That's good. So look, let me ask you something. As like I'm an older cat now, dude. Tomorrow my birthday. I'm going to be 48. I'm gonna be 48 years old. I can't believe this, bro. I'm knocking on 50. Brother about to be 48 years old.
Happy early born day. Happy early
bro.
born day.
Look, brother. I mean, I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate all you brothers that definitely cash app me and all that. Appreciate it. So look, as a man, I don't know how old you are, but I know you're a real cat.
I'm 48, about to be 49.
All right, well, so we the same age, real cat. So what advice would you give a person watching this that's younger than us, a man? All the stuff that you done went through, you got you a good chick right now in the United States. You ain't had to travel to find one. What advice would you give a man right now who's listening to this?
Leave.
Nah, I would give. I mean, you talking about as in find a female here or
no, just being. Look, not just about the female, about you yourself. What advice would you just give a man? Yeah, just give him a man.
I would just say, the best advice I would just say, do whatever you feel is right for you. You understand? Because if you do what's right for you, you can never go wrong. And if you go wrong, you make the best decision that you can make that you thought of. You know what I'm saying? We fuck up sometimes. I get it. I mean, we mess up sometimes. We men. But do what you feel. Don't try to do what somebody else wants you to do because you're not yourself. Like at the end of the day, she's the one that put me on to the females.
Yeah.
I didn't go ask her to do it. She did it.
Yeah.
She's the one that come out and chill with me. Hang out with me. I hang out with her all the time. Like if we ain't had our baby and we ain't had my daughter, we'll be at the club on Saturday. We'll be in the strip club, Sin City in Philadelphia. We'll be in New York and Harlem in the Dominican spots in the club. We hang out together.
Well, look, do you think that's part of the problem that a lot of us live these lives? We don't want to kick it real close. And look, shout out to you, brother, man. Shout out to you saying I look young. I'm old, though. When I get up in the morning, I say, oh, damn, my back hurt. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me ask you this. Like, when you and your wife, y'all hanging out together doing these things, is that the reason a lot of us, we trying to be secretive? We trying to do our own thing, whether it's the women or men?
Because because it's either the man trying to do his thing and harbor his chick, or the female can't see what her man sees, but she sees different when she with her girlfriends.
Okay.
You know, you just gotta treat him like the homie. You know what I mean? I treat like the homie. Like we go through our shit. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah, I got you. That's real.
Don't get it twisted. But it's not as bad. You know what I'm saying? Because by me being the age I am, a lot of things I've been through is minor, but we took it to the extreme. Just let it go.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
If you ain't hurting my money, you ain't disrespecting my kids, you ain't disrespecting me as a man, what I'm worrying about? I've been through too much.
Dude, I think I'm getting there now. Look, I'm going to say 47, but tomorrow, look, wait, not even tomorrow. Wait, what time it is? It's 10:42 here in Dominican Republic. Little bit, I'll be there. So I kind of feel like that now. Like, but I also feel a little selfish. Like, I feel like I done raised kids. I've been through hell. Like right now, I just want to do me. And if you with me and you rock like you and your lady, like one thing I admire with y'all together and y'all riding together. I feel like I'm like, and you riding with me, I got you. But this is me. I done been through all that. I done did all that. I done jumped through hoops. I ain't jumping through no more hoops. I ain't doing none of that shit no more. This is who I am. I'm a werewolf. So I tell every Dominican woman who I deal with, first time they talk to me, oh, Pop, I'm like, hey, I'm a Lobo. Lobo? You know, I tell them what I am. So look, I don't know how many of y'all watch the Lost Boys. And the Lost Boy, he say, now you know who I am, now you know who you are. That's what I tell mofos. This is what I am. This is how I deal. Now you want to rock with me, I got you. But understand who I am.
See, the thing is this, like you said, if you deal with people that respect you for who you are, all right, check this out. Like I got a whole bunch of homies on the street. I got a whole bunch of friends out here, but I like the community we're in because we all got the same common goal. We want to live life better. Yeah. We want to do better. We want to be in a certain space. So the energy is a little bit different on YouTube than the people that you hang with that you knew for years on the street.
Yeah, that's real.
In the real world, because we got one common goal. We all thinking about living our best life, enjoying life. Because you know when we overseas, we live like how celebrities live here.
Yeah, God, boy, that's facts.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but people don't understand that. So, only thing I'm trying to figure out is what kind of business I'm opening in DR. I got businesses here. Let them run their self. But I need to go to DR, open up some business, and build on my land. And I would never come back here. But I don't want to take that jump yet. Even though I heard other people say just take the jump. But I don't got time. I'm at the age where I don't got a plan. Plan A got to work. Ain't no plan B or plan C.
Yeah, you got to make smart moves. Yeah, you got to make
ain't no mistakes allowed, as Rakim said.
Not right now.
Now, Steve, all of us know who Rakim is. Brother Avery might not know who Rakim is.
Oh, yeah, you know, I know who Eric B and Rakim is. Eric B from my hood in Queens.
Oh, yeah, we know that. We know that. But look, you just said a mouthful. And us brothers, man, the same age and the same bracket. Bruh, this stuff is so important. These kind of conversations. That's why these videos do good. Like, look, we do a video like this. It eventually get 5,000-6,000. Even it never stops. These are evergreen. I did videos. Me and Sarge did the video, but before me and him just talking about Sasua. It did almost 9,000 views. It just keep going. It never stops. So these things are very important. So I always tell guys when they come to the platform, speak your piece, because this stuff really it goes.
Yeah, it should go viral.
It doesn't stop. It just keep going. And especially with a brother like we got a brother like Marcus. Marcus A. Brown. Marcus A. Brown gonna put it on TikTok and all that. I'm just learning TikTok. I'm too old for TikTok. I'll be on TikTok. They're like, man, go sit down. You after this? You know what I'm saying? Marcus, I need Marcus to deal with TikTok for me. I'm a little too old for TikTok right now, but I'm gonna tell you, man, we winning. This is the thing that I love. Look, one thing I love the most about this, I was on a Caribbean tourist bus yesterday, coming back, and seeing men happy with women. That's, to me, is payment enough. I look at the guy, because look, I get money like, I ain't a military guy, but I get my money through real estate. Like a lot of you guys get money from real estate. We winning. We rich. Like you just said. Brother, you just said a mouthful.
Absolutely.
We are rich. Like we rich. You know what they call me over here in my neighborhood? Big Papi of the barrio. I walk to the, they never give me another name, Santana Mall. I don't know what that is. The brother, Santana Mall. Wait. So I got Big Papi of the barrio, Santana Mall. I come there, look. One dude told me, man, that he owned a big store. He said, man, you changed the whole neighborhood. I get my hair cut. I pay for the kids. I pay for Dominicans, Haitians. I buy school clothes. The brothers put me to the side and say, hey, man, you changed the whole barrio for good. You changed everything. Like, I got ladies clean up for me. I did wash my, he said, man, you changed the whole neighborhood for a better reason. So, and I'm quite so Sarge live here. Like, I saw with you and Sarge and them giving computers. I give computers. We do so much. We're not taking from like all this hate that we get as men coming to a foreign country. We give much more, right, Sarge? Don't we give way more than we take?
You know, John and I was talking about that the other day. Is how we can do a fundraiser for laptops and make these videos to promote it, and then show the world what we're doing at the schools out here. Don't even have floors, don't have ACs,
don't have nothing.
Like that. And people won't watch that. But as soon as the first time we throw somebody with a body on there, dudes clicking and watching, and people gonna support it. And you had touched on it earlier. I always get that feedback from our community, but you only talk about the things that people talk about in the Matrix. And one of the examples, our biggest video we made together was our house tour, right?
Yeah.
That was the biggest video we did, had the most views.
Yeah.
We only showed one room, but John in the beginning of the video said, obviously we have a bedroom. Do you know how many black men and women came on that post on Instagram? It was like, oh, they must be gay. They must be sleeping in the same room. Or the joke he had with the Trump hat, that they were saying, oh, you must be a coon because you holding the Trump, you touching the Trump hat. I'm like, I served the country for 20 years. I'm a Rock Star recipient. That's for heroes. That's for heroes. That's not a Purple Heart for getting blown out. Shout out to all the Purple Heart guys. Or nothing
Yeah.
But I served the country. So for you to think that I'm over here and this is what we're doing, all I know is service. So it's nothing for me to come over here and hand out computers and build schools and hand out bags with chips and toys in the barrio. That's nothing for me. But you don't want to talk about that. All you want to talk about that clicks from these haters. So I called out my community. I said, y'all are the worst. And what I hate doing is seeing somebody that don't look like me defending me while somebody that does look like me
attacking you. That's right.
Yeah. They're gonna do that all day.
So I had an issue with that, and I was just like, man, we are the worst to ourselves, man. Like it is hard. It's hard to watch, man. We are the worst to ourselves. Like, what else do we have to do to show that we're good citizens and we got out the Matrix to show the world with YouTube and all the social media, and my community still got something to say like that? For this whole social media thing, that's the one thing that bothers me the most.
Yeah, I think you're right, man, because like even me myself, look, in my I don't even show all the good. Like I tell you, my old lady is a principal, bro. I bought so many computers and dude, Haitian, like I had a love, like when she brought me to the school, Dominican kids were poor too, but I saw the Haitian kids, they were doing very bad. And I just took it to myself. They were doing very bad. And I was like, I looked at those black kids, man. I'm like, man, those are my brothers. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to sponsor. Give me 20 of them. I want, and I just took that on my shoulder. She's like, you sure you want? It ain't really a lot of money, but I say, look, give me those kids. And those kids, bro, I'm so close to them. You don't know how close I am to those boys. And like, not even now, I got like 40 kids because it's me. It's just me as a person. I don't beat on the drum. Hey, I'm sponsoring 40 kids. It's just me because I'm a parent. I have sons and daughters. I have kids. I take care of all my kids. That's what you're supposed to do, your mother. You know what I'm saying? I take care of all my kids and other kids. That's just me. I want to see people win. That's just me. So now with YouTube, I take my membership, my whole membership that the brothers send me, I give it away because I flip houses. You know what I live off of? Flipping houses. I live on flipping. And look, now my YouTube brings in money. Now my YouTube pays for this, bills over here, whatever. But my membership pays for all these kids to go to school. So, brother, all y'all brothers who donate, y'all paying for kids to go to school. What y'all paying for? And look, it's just $2. But you know what you do for a person. If you got 1,000 people giving $2, you know how much money that is? This is something by YouTube that you got to understand. Compound interest. Brothers giving $1, $2, whatever. And I take it and I just reshovel it. This ain't no. You remember how when we were young, they had these Feed Africa, and a woman like they show people, and this ain't none of that. Like it's like these people were doing the best they can. They're doing pretty good. I just want to help a lot of Haitians because Haiti is in a bad state in certain areas. Not every area, but certain areas. It's still even here in the DR. You know how many women I done went to their house, they have running water. Cats don't even, I call them 10 rule prison. I know Sarge probably did with that.
I like them like that.
I gotta say this. I went to a chick house one time. Man, it's real tough. She in the middle of nowhere. I go to the house. I gotta go to the bathroom. They give me a bucket. Real talk. I just pissed on a palm tree. I ain't peeing in a bucket. I don't care what you say. I just pissed in a I wanted the palm tree, but I understand. Shout out to that family. So, man, love you guys, man. Love you guys.
I'm going straight to hell for that one, Ron. You going straight to
hell, bro. The dad give me a whole bucket. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I ain't the one. You know, I'm good with it though. I did bring the bucket to the bank. I just set it on the side. Look, sorry. I had a Gatorade. I put a Gatorade in the bucket and get back to
it. But you're right, Ronan, though. That's what it's about. Because it's like even we had our child, like we have our daughter, and while us being fortunate in the States, a lot of people did a lot for us for like the baby shower and all that.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of good things. Now, when my daughter don't need it, I send that to DR.
Yeah, that's real talk.
So a lot of my people that can't get the things that's everything is with remote controls or everything is shaken on their own. You don't gotta shake it by your hand.
Yeah, it's real talk.
So instead of me giving it away, throwing it away to people out here that's not going to say thank you, I give it over there. It gives me longevity with the love over there. You understand?
Real talk. That's
you know,
solid.
You gotta know how to play it. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to play it. Like I get it. America, I love America. It gives me that money, but the love is not here.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we all probably live in America. We from America.
Yeah, we're Americans.
All look for something of loyalty and honesty. It's like me. Like I tell people all the time, people in the military and people in prison, they bond and their loyalty is different than people on the street.
Yeah. That's real.
I'm saying the loyalty and the bond is different.
Yeah.
If you can find loyalty, if you can find military love and jail love,